Aloha, it's Matthew, and today I'm going to talk about Maniology's July Nail Challenge, I think they're calling it. The theme is Summer Gradients, and if you make a video and submit it, they've got, I want to say there's like 3 different first place, second place, and third place get gift cards. And then there's some more winners of like free starter kits. So I just wanted to come on and do one nail and give some inspiration and let you know that that's happening, so that if you want to get entered, you can enter. And also, I want to try and play with gradients again, because if you remember, I tried for a pride rainbow gradient and things went horribly wrong. So this is, I practiced last night, and this is the gradient we're going for. It's supposed to look like a sunset, and I think I nailed it. And so currently on my nails, I've got ORLY New Horizons, and this is from the latest Color Pass box. And then to create the sunset effect, I'm going to use Take Flight and Indigo Skies. And this is the sponge from last night, so that's the plan we're going for, and I'm just going to use this side of the sponge. And then for nail stamping plate, I've got M387, because I want to do some silhouette palms. Not sure which ones yet, but once I've got the gradient, then I want to stamp on some black palms in straight up black. And if it looks right, I might put some water, like the idea is that the sunset would be happening here, and then I might put a water line, and then just in front of, like closer in perspective to the water line, I put the palms there. That might be getting a little bit too tricky, so I don't know. I don't want to get too wild. And if I do that, I'm going to use Splash B432, I think. And then, of course, I'm going to need some Smudge-Free top coat. So for the challenge, the requirements are to use at least one Maniology product. So bases are covered here. And then there's like a video. If you go to Maniology.com, there's a place to upload the video of you doing the mani. So you can talk about the story for the inspiration of your mani during the video, or you can put it in the comments, because I think that they want a story to go along with it. And for me, I've talked about this before. Scotty and I typically go at least once a month. We go to the other side of the island, and in the morning, so like from, I don't know, 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, we'll go to the beach, and then we'll go to Costco afterward. So it's like we have our fun in the morning and then responsibilities afterward. So I'm going to use this little nail protector. It's another thing that Maniology sells. It's latex free, and so if you can't use liquid latex, these are a great alternative. And they can be a little finicky to apply. I found that out when I was doing my rainbow gradient. It helps if you stick down a piece and then you're able to pull from it. I mean, it really helps if you have 2 hands to be able to work. You know, obviously I have 2 currently, but one of them is being occupied with holding still. But I'm gonna just push that there. I'm gonna use my thumb to hold that down while I stretch this out and around. And I think that's what we're looking for. And so you can use these, especially if you've got like a latex allergy. These are good for that. And if you don't have a latex allergy, or if you have liquid latex, just brush on your liquid latex. The reason I thought it would be a good idea to use these on the rainbow gradient is that if you're doing more than one finger and you do, let's say, put liquid latex on this one and then this one and etc., once it dries, it is a little tacky. So if these two fingers touch each other, it'll start pulling off. So using the stickers in that case is a good plan. Also, I just want to use them. I bought them, and I want to use the products that I paid for. I got these ones in the Maniology by Me kit, the Mani by Me kit, in, I want to say it was August of last year. And then they went on sale. I want to say it was $3 or something like that. So I got a second pack. Okay, so let's clear this out. Let me get a paper towel. We don't necessarily need the paper towel for the gradients, but we are going to need it for the stamping. So let's put that here. Okay, so we got our gradient colors, and we got our sponge. We got our finger protected. You don't necessarily have to do this protection part, but it's just so much easier in the end for cleanup. Especially if you're using something like this color, might stain your cuticle. I'm gonna dampen this sponge just the tiniest bit. It makes it bigger, so you have more surface to work with. And also I found it didn't pull up the polish as much as when I tried to do it with a dry sponge. When I used a dry sponge, it just wasn't. That's where I think that's where things went wrong on the last one. Okay, so let's go. The idea is kind of a circular gradient, but we're only doing a half of the circle, because the circle part would be where the sun is, and then obviously radiating outward from that sun, we're going to have the sunset colors. And so part of the story behind this is that we live on the east side of the island. So we get the most weather, we get all the rain blowing in, and our side is way more green and rainforesty. However, we don't really get sunsets. And I know that might sound weird, but the mountains are so big between us, the mountains being the volcanoes. Oh, I got a little bit of... Let me see if I can brush some of that red out of the orange. The mountain is so big that we're actually in shadow by the time the sun is setting on the other side. So our sky will get kind of like a light bluey tinge, and occasionally we'll get like orange sunshine colors if the clouds are just right. But most of the time on our side, we just don't get sunsets. So going to the other side is nice for that too. For the beaches and to get an actual sunset. Because there's something peaceful about especially a tropical sunset. Okay, so I'm going for the first application here. And don't panic if it doesn't look good at first. It's gonna look really bad at first. It always does. I found that out. But we're gonna put on a couple more layers. And then top coat smooths out so much. Okay, so we got Indigo Skies. And the red. And also putting these colors that blend next to each other is helpful. Because if you put the orange directly up against the purple, you might get kind of like a brown muddy color. But putting this red color next to the purple, or the blue, or the indigo, or whatever you want to call it, you get more of a nice color blend. And then putting the orange next to the red, you get a color blend of harmonious colors. Okay, so let's go for, oh, I missed a little bit of that side, so I gotta get that better this time. Okay, so let's go for the second application. Yeah, we're starting to get sunset. I'm gonna peel that back and do a little extra. Okay. We are looking sunsetty, you guys. I think I'm gonna try for one more layer, and then I'm gonna hit it with top coat. Okay. So gradients aren't as hard as they seem to be, but I guess having a dry sponge the last time and then also not having a base color was really where I went wrong. When I did the practice swatch nail last night, I started by putting a base of the orange down, which is what I'm working with obviously this morning. Everything's orange to start with. And then these darker colors, the red and the purple, are gonna go over top and entirely hide the orange. Okay. A little shaky this morning, you guys. I actually had coffee. And I don't typically have coffee. I almost always just drink tea. Okay, so I'm gonna go just like that. Ooh. Okay, it doesn't look the best right now, you guys, but just wait until we get some top coat on there. Okay, I think we're at the point where I'm gonna peel this and do a little cleanup. Yeah. Okay, so let me get my cleanup brush here. And I'm gonna get some acetone in here. Just a little bit. That's probably more than I need. But Okay. So I'm just going to clean up this purple. And also that's going to let me clean up any of the exposed orange that Like right here at the top, you see that orange that never got covered. Okay. Maybe I should have done this on my left hand. Because trying to operate this cleanup brush with my non-dominant hand with a little bit of the coffee shakes is a little tricky, you guys. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is, oh, I got a little, oh no, I got purple on my other fingers. I can fix that later, you guys. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is, instead of trying to remove the orange, I'm gonna take my little detail brush. I'm gonna grab some purple here. And I'm gonna try and paint over. Yeah, that's better. Paint over the orange. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And then this over here on the side, where it's more purple than I intended, I think that's gonna smooth out with top coat. So let's take one more run with the cleanup brush. Just right there on the tip. Uh-huh. Give that a nice clean line. Mm-hmm. And you guys, I'm being like really perfectionist here. Most people aren't going to be looking that closely at your nail. Most people aren't going to be zooming in like we're going to at the end. So you can let a little bit of imperfection just slide and just be. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to use some KBShimmer clearly on top. I particularly love this top coat because it has toluene in it. And if you don't want that in your top coat, then this is not the top coat for you. But for me, especially in this instance, toluene reactivates the polish just the tiniest bit. And so it's gonna, oh yeah, you guys see it happening? It's gonna help blend out where I was fighting with the sponge. It's gonna slightly reactivate that polish and actually make it meld together. Okay, so getting that out of the way. Okay, so we've got our sunset, and then this purple over here, that's gonna get covered by a palm tree, so don't worry about it. Okay, so did I leave enough space for water? Oh, you guys can't even see. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna come back in 5 minutes once this top coat has had a minute to dry, and that way you guys don't have to just sit here for 5 minutes while it dries. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So it's touch dry on the quick dry top coat. I think I am gonna risk adding water. So what I'm gonna do is take some Scotch tape and I'm just putting it on my palm a couple times just to remove a little bit of the tackiness. And then I'm gonna put a line. I wanna go from this corner to that corner. I want a straight line, but just off the edge of my nail. Does that make sense? And I'm gonna do the splash, which is a nice metallic blue. And don't worry about that thumb. I'll fix that later. Okay, so let's go right here on the edge. And I'm gonna get the tip here also, so we don't have any orange popping through. And just a little bit more here. Just like that. And then we're gonna take the tape off while it's still wet. And I was hoping for a super clean line and I didn't quite get it, but I'm gonna use just the dry cleanup brush to go right there. And I think we're good. Okay. There's a bubble right there. Let's pop that. Okay. So we got water. We got a sunset. We got water, you guys. It's coming together. Okay. So I'm going to try and let that water dry for a minute because it is a little thick. And we're going to use the straight up black. Here, let me clear off some of this stuff here. Just clean up my area. Let's get rid of this. I wonder if that's where I got all messed up with purple. I suppose I could have reused tweezers to remove it like I do with liquid latex, but I didn't think about that. Okay, so let's put the splash away. Okay, I think we're doing okay. That's gonna come together and that's gonna dry by the time we get some palms picked up. And for the palms, I'm using straight up black because I want it to be like a silhouette. Okay, so we got a card, we got a scraper card, we got a stamper, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna grab these palms here in the corner that have a little bit of land beneath them. And I'm gonna make it break right there where it's super thin. And then I'm gonna just put the palms on this side to kind of cover up that little bit of thicker purple that I'm not so happy with. And then they'll just come in on this side and then we'll see water and sunset and some palm trees on just the one side. That's the plan. So let's see if I can execute it. Okay. If you guys are liking my videos, feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'd truly appreciate it. I'm hoping that that blue is dry, and I'm realizing I got started again without turning on my other light. So let's just get this picked up. And then I'm going to take off that part because I don't want it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here we go, guys. We're going to go right there. Right? right there. And then I'm just going to use black. Oh, the blue wasn't dry. Of course it wasn't dry. It's fine. It's fine. It still looks like water. If I weren't recording this, you guys, I would have let that blue just sit and dry as long as it needed to get dry. But I'm trying to move quickly so that we're not just sitting here literally watching paint dry. That's not wanting to come off my cuticle. Okay, well, we have a cleanup brush for that, and we still have some acetone in my little dish. Let's get rid of the unwanted palms. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So I am going to take just the tiniest bit more black to cover up that blue, which I realize probably still isn't quite dry yet, but you guys are gonna see the gist of it. And again, I'm not entering in the competition. I'm just giving you guys awareness of the competition and what I would enter if I were doing the competition. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, so the land is meeting the water. Like that. Okay. I think I nailed it. Let's close this up. I accidentally dropped the cap and there's black all over my desk, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna turn the light on that I forgot to turn on when I came back. There we go. And let's hit this with am I gonna dare some smudge-free top coat? I don't know if it's quite dry yet, you guys. I'm gonna give it a whirl. Well, first, I'm gonna show you guys. Let's zoom in. There's the sunset with palm trees and some ocean water lapping up against the shore. And let's hit it with the smudge-free top coat and see if I ruin everything or not. Hopefully not. And I don't mean that it would smudge it because it would smudge it as in reactivating. I mean smudge it because it's also wet. That blue was, I put the blue water on pretty thick, you guys. And even as thick as I put it on, it didn't smudge. So let's take a look again here. Yeah. There's a nice sunset. There's some, I wanted that sparkly reflective blue water and some silhouette palm trees. I think I nailed it. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Until next time. Bye.